Redemption arcs. A great way in storytelling to get the bad guy to become a somewhat good guy, but usually I don't really see their past actions haunting them as much as this one, which is really good and why I'm talking about. Maybe wrong and stupid, though. Okay, you may have never read Housepets before, so let me basically explain what it is. It's a furry webcomic where pets are smart like people, but are still pets. I'm trying to wrap around my head around the implications too, don't worry. Then a controversial real-life group, which I will not name because I want to keep the filth out of my mouth, so I'll just call it P, appears. So, like, some dude from P, Joel, on quite possibly his first job, just picks up a dog and flees. He gets caught and arrested. Then we don't hear from Joel from an entire year, which is really freaking long. This is going to be important, I swear. But Grape, a cat, Peanut, a dog, and Zach, a bunny, accidentally let out a kind of demigod that was sealed away, and his name is Pete. Yeah, not very menacing, but the first thing he does is just go to Joel before Joel is about to meet his lawyer. It's a year later, mind you, which is like an absolutely absurd time for him to meet his lawyer. And decides to turn Joel into a dog, and Joel can no longer use his own name. He literally can't say it. Can't even say it when referring to potential other people named Joel. He's given a new name, King. I guess now you're in search of why it took me so long to mention the guy in the title, because I've been talking about him. Yeah, he's Joel. Well, Corgi guy is Joel. It makes sense if I just skip to the arc when there's other important stuff to go over, like why he's so guilty. So Pete pretends to be human for a little while, keeping King as his pet and basically stripping him of everything, even things most pets have in that universe, which I guess would work if you want him to absolutely hate you. And while Pete's not there, King just wanders and runs into a dog named Fox, which is also the one he kidnapped. Yikes. Thankfully, Fox doesn't recognize King as Joel, and King has fun doing nothing and wasting time, which I guess it's definitely not wasted then. Some unimportant stuff at a party, and Pete not letting King go, but him ending up there anyway, and running into Taro, a dog, also Peanut's girlfriend. She knows who he really is, but doesn't tell anyone. But of course, she knows. She's a psychic, except King follows her and finds out what's going on about the game. The game is played by 3 demigods, and two of them are siblings. One being Pete, the other being Dragon. And, like, they're also at odds with each other. And Dragon chose Tara to work for her, and that's why Tara's abilities are so strong. Pete currently wants King for that. But Pete has to get an actual agreement to do this, so King is sent back to Earth. Later on, Fox brings King on a trip to a farm, which leads him to meeting Fox's cousin or sister. Can't remember Bailey's relationship with Fox. King thinks about stuff like maybe he wants to stay as a dog, and maybe he likes Bailey. Guess we'll see. There's a thing where he tries to make Bunny to buy a phone, and okay, Bailey is definitely his girlfriend at this point. He literally calls her that and wants to have a phone to make the long-distance relationship work better. Later on, Fox brings King on a trip to a farm. Oh, wait, what? I just freaking read that! Later on, she's sent to the town that King is in because the farm got sold. At least it'll be closer now. Pete tries to take a literal piece of King's soul to just get this done quicker, but it doesn't end up working, and now King has that little piece of soul as his physical object. Watch, and then it gets stolen. Yeah. And King tries to get it back to prove it's his, but has Joel's name on it, because, well, he is Joel. Fox helps him get it back, even knowing what's on it. And at this point, Fox probably knows. Like, he seemed a little shocked at first, though. Didn't mention this earlier, but because I forgot what happened, but I think it was when King first encountered Pete. Alright, time to explain why he sucks back then. His pets were abused, and he ran away from home with them, and all was fine until they started being a jerk to him. Yeah, that's his villain origin story. I mean, could be worst. Could be worse, not worst. Alright, back to what's going on. Fox most likely knows and just doesn't care at this point. He's also weighing between King and Bailey. Dog wedding and later Pete. Oh no, not this guy again. He tries to turn King back human if King doesn't decide to work with him and fill a role in the game for Pete. But Bailey ain't having any of it. She won't even let King have the choice to risk his life. So she does it instead, which King didn't take the role, so he turned back into a human again. And I don't think Fox was surprised at all by this point. Well, actually, like, was kind of surprised by seeing King as a human, but and like, they're just fine. Well, glad they're fine with each other, but in case you forgot, King's a criminal, so they need to disguise it. That disguise is just him wearing sunglasses, a hoodie, and using a scarf to hide his face. He's looking very familiar right now. Quite. So, which I'm pretty sure that came before Quite. But, so at the park, they get brought to heaven while still alive and find a way to keep King as a dog for now, but it's not going to work forever. Anyway, the point was to find a way to save Bailey, but that didn't work. I didn't mention this character or two separate characters earlier, so let's mention them now before they're super important. Sabrina is a cat, and she's learning stuff from Tara. She was chosen for the task Tara was supposed to have instead of her, and that's going to be important. And then there's Kitsune. He's the third demigod other than Dragon and Pete. Think Dungeons and Dragons, actually. He's basically the dungeon master. He'll also be very important soon. So King, Fox, Tara, and a couple others I didn't mention are now going to head to Australia. Literally only knows Bailey and Sabrina are in Australia thanks to Taro. Pretty sure. So they go to Australia, stop the fight, and that makes Dragon and Pete pretty mad, but they succeed, and the two are not fighting. Pete and Dragon try to get through the fight together, or they'd be forced to forfeit and have to go through life as immortal before returning to their normal godlike states. Sucks for them, neither of the people continue trying, so they both lose. Then Kitsune fears offering a choice to King. He could return to being a human, but have his record cleared and have pretty much everything he wants, or he could stay as a dog permanently this time, but with nothing given to him easily. Yeah, he chooses the second one. There's some other things like puppies that he has later, but that's not important to the character arc. Just here to talk about the arc itself. Maybe I'll talk about other Housepets stuff later, but I don't know. I'm pretty sure I will, because I love this. So that's about it. I think this character arc was great. Like, for parts of it, it really seems he, regrets what he's done, and he definitely does. Even one of the people he hurt was willing to give him another chance, and he did not disappoint. And the people he hurt, and the people... And that's about it. Make sure to comment to help me fight the algorithm, since it's not very fond of most lore videos. Really just Game Theory and the other theory channels made by MatPat and maybe Not Oof Legacy. Yeah, that's his name, Not Oof Legacy. I don't know. Make sure to check out Housepets. It's great. I can subscribe for more of my unhinged ramblings and insane person gameplay. Also, the FNF lyric videos that bring in the majority of my audience. Peace.